Yeah, it's your boy E3, son of the legendary Godfather, gangster rap, Eric Easy, right? And yeah, you rockin' with NUGL TV. You know, we rich and ruthless, baby. Once again, NUGL TV, rich and ruthless, baby. We choose to keep it real. Really though.
NUGL TV. We're back at it again.
Really though.
How you been, E3?
I've been good. How you been?
I had a great week.
That's it?
No issues.
Not better than that? Not better than great?
Nothing's
better than greatness?
I had some organic cornflakes today.
Ooh, how you enjoy that?
Without milk.
Without milk?
No.
You better put some water on that.
That non-lactate type situation.
That's good.
We're back again, NUGL TV. Got my co-host, Mr. E3. Let's give everybody a round of applause today for NUGL TV. We start off with a good feel today. Today we have a
very important guest, a VIG.
You VIG.
Know, when you're rocking with the 3, it's a VIG.
You dig?
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Please do.
Thank you all for having me. My name is Adelia Carrillo. I am the CEO and founder of Direct Cannabis Network.
Direct Cannabis Network.
Really not.
I like that. Cannabis Network. That's something
DCN.
Yes.
DCN, the
yes.
big D, the big C, the big N.
Mm-hmm.
Network.
Most
That's
definitely.
That's what it's about. DCN Network, I've been hearing Direct Cannabis Network. I've been hearing a lot about you in this cannabis community. And I just want to say from me, from E, from NUGL, we really appreciate you taking the time out to come enjoy and sit down in our podcast. Let's give it up again for Adelia, DCN Cannabis Network. Really appreciate that. First off, how did you get started? Give us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, well, obviously, I didn't think I would be in the cannabis industry. My dad was a retired sheriff now. He was a sheriff back in the day.
I love sheriff.
My mom worked for the district attorney's office.
I love mom.
So cannabis wasn't in my path. I was in the consumer electronic industry, and like most individuals, when they reconnect with the plant, I had some health ailments.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want me to go through that route.
Yes,
kinda?
we want to know how.
Okay.
Some of the stuff I'll be
whatever you're
interested
comfortable
in.
with.
Yeah,
okay.
whatever you're comfortable with, because NUGL TV is about education.
Okay.
And it's about the passion of the people that's in this community.
Awesome.
Are you real, or are you just in it for, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
We've ran across that, before. So
Cool.
tell us a little bit about yourself and how your passion got involved.
Yeah. So I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant, and I ended up having some health complications, which led to an emergency surgery. Obviously, after that, the doctors give you a bunch of prescriptions.
Yes,
and
they do.
Say, get better.
Yes.
You know, they said, start walking again, start doing all this, and I couldn't because it was just too much medicine. And so I got reintroduced to cannabis, and it was just,
Showtime.
yeah, it was. Yeah. I literally see that I did a 180 in the human I was. You know, it awakened me, and it kind of brought me back to myself.
Yeah.
And also made me more aware of society, of who I was, of the impact that we can bring as individuals. So I started studying the plant, and more specifically started studying what I like, you know, which is tech, startups, entrepreneurship. And I couldn't resonate with any of the outlets out there back in the day, you know, in 2014 and 15, and saw a missing need. And I was like, okay, I could create an ecosystem for cannabis entrepreneurs with making sure that we don't lose the why.
Wow.
You know, why people have risked their lives for so long, why people are moving their families to another state to help their children or their family members, or why people are still in jail for this plant.
Absolutely.
But bringing it into also a business aspect, you know, highlighting those real individuals and founders that have passions for what they're doing and doing it in the right way.
I love that. That's, I love that there's entrepreneurs such as you that put their head on the chopping block to take the lead in what we're doing within the sector of this community. We all know that, you know, I come up in the early 80s, late 70s, where you will go to jail for a joint. Okay, just like crack and heroin and everything else. It's a class 1, right? So by you saying that and taking the lead on that, I really admire you. And let's give her a ding, 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 ding. For the love of the business aspect of it. Now, when you first took the lead and you felt that, and you went through that traumatic experience, health-wise, with your pregnancy and just going through the medication thing, was cannabis legal, or were we in the recreational stages at that time, or the medical stages?
Still medical.
It was
yeah.
still medical. I liked that section of it. Now that I know more about the business, we kind of got bamboozled into voting in the rights to have a recreational side of it. That's when they started turning the screws and getting their part of it, right?
Yep. Yeah.
How do you feel about today's way of how it's being treated?
It's frustrating. I interview all kinds of entrepreneurs, from the OGs, the ones that have been doing this for so long, the generations of families, to the suits, as many of us call them.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And it gets frustrating because I hear the pain points from these, the growers and the community members trying to survive.
Yes.
And they don't trust these new individuals.
Absolutely.
And then these new individuals are coming in and just saying, we're going to show them how to do business. Like they weren't running businesses before.
Right.
They were.
Right.
It may have been in a gray area or underground, but they know how to make a dollar turn into a lot more. So it's a frustrating transition, but I think there's opportunity, and because it is still Schedule 1, it allows for a lot of these startups to have an impact and to start growing before even more bigger corporations come in. Because we can still make a difference. There's a lot of us.
Yeah, I remember being part of this technology side and this new standard of cannabis technology. I've been having meetings with some bigger higher ups. Me and CJ would go around, and I remember going out to the Valley. We went to a company out there. I didn't know about the private investment factor of multi-millionaires invested in the future of cannabis. There's some big corporations who bought like 1 million acres because of President Trump's farm bill. And all they're growing out there right now in them acres is hemp. And they're growing the hemp to take charge of the CBD community, because that's going to be the first thing that probably hit Walmarts and Kmarts and stuff like that. How do you feel about big businesses like that pushing us out because of the finances that we don't have to make a voice? How do you feel about that?
It's challenging, but I do believe people are going to see quality cannabis.
Yes, right.
To not to large scale production cannabis.
Right.
From the hemp side or from the hemp CBD side of things, a lot of them think they can just white label and put a sticker on it.
Yep.
It's not like that. Maybe they can get in the Walmarts and CVS's, but there's more to that.
Yeah, there's more to it. I was part of a company in Seattle. I've been dealing with these companies. Seattle's been on this side of the fence for years. We're actually trying to catch up with Seattle and Oregon, and Vegas is trying to catch up with us. I mean, just a lot of things. But in Seattle, we're part of a company called Seattle Private Reserves, and we was on tour, and they wanted to give us some green, and I was skeptical. They just want to see the artists, and one of the dispensary owners saying, "Hey, man, these guys are processors." I'm like, "What is that?" He said, "These are bigger than distributors. These are processors." And they want to meet you guys. It's not just about them giving you cannabis, but they want to show you and probably partner up with you. And I know this time Corrupt had the Corrupt Moon Rock thing going on. So I said, you know what, I don't want to bring Corrupt into this particular meeting. Let's get Daz in there and see if there's something to bring back to Corrupt, because Corrupt is straight business, and his business was successful. I wasn't trying to take him away from what that was already working, but it was in the state of Washington, Seattle. So we got a chance to tour their facility, and it blew my mind to learn the biotechnology that they were doing with cannabis and the way that the LCD rules were done. The way they have in Seattle, Washington, is that they can track from seed to cell. They can walk into a dispensary and take a test of any cannabis in there and tell you when it was cropped, when it was grown, when it was pulled, when it was shipped. So that's where California and other states are trying to come up to, at that time. But I liked it, that program. So that was the first company that we partnered up with, was in Seattle. We have a long-standing relationship with them guys, and they actually told us about the future business of it and the legality of it. So that's how we got into it out here in California. And then that's why we got into NUGL and the people like you from the Direct Cannabis Network to come out here and chop that game.
Shout out
Okay.
to Seattle's private reserves. Take care of me too. And you know I love you.
One
baby.
phone call. Hey,
all it was.
E3 is in the
Seattle's private
building.
reserve. I still got my box.
I know
in my
you
drawers,
do.
baby.
Ooh, I know you do.
But yeah.
Tell us about some of the companies. I mean, some of the. You have a couple podcasts you do.
Shows, online shows.
Yeah,
Plenty of
online
shows.
shows. Tell us about some of the shows you got.
Yeah, we have a couple different web series, all providing a different voice around these entrepreneurs and
Yeah,
businesses.
right.
One is called Coffee and Cannabis.
Tell us about that. I want to ask
like
you
coffee.
about that.
Yeah.
I have my
That's
coffee.
every morning with
I have
me.
my coffee every morning.
Yeah.
too.
Exactly.
Sometimes I cheat. I have it. I may have coffee 3 times. What's wrong with me?
Yeah, but I do that in the morning. Once pre-rolled from last night,
Yep.
and the coffee machine is already percolating. Okay, tell us about coffees and
Cannabis.
cannabis. Yeah.
Cannabis.
So that is a women-focused entrepreneur show. We have 3 women hosts.
Yeah.
We bring in a woman entrepreneur,
Yeah.
and we just talk about what it's like building a company as a woman in cannabis. Talk about different, categories and conversations from health and wellness to business. Then we also highlight a upcoming brand that we think is doing it good with their mission, packaging, why they do it. So
Exactly.
we got another show called Inside Out, which is like MTV Cribs.
I want to know more about that. I've seen that in your bio.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that. I'm interested.
So we go to these cannabis companies and show what it's like running a cannabis business. We highlight a day in the life. We talk to the team members. We talk to the founders, and just it's we're trying to showcase that this is cool. These are cool, passionate companies that are building businesses, and yeah, it's putting a fun, unique twist and sharing their story. I think that's the thing. This day and age, people want to connect.
Yeah.
We're all online all the time, and they're trying to find other ways to connect. So content allows them to do that, especially shows, podcasts. They can start to resonate and really feel passion or see the passion behind it.
So you got a pretty good business going on.
You guys do events too, right?
Yeah. We throw some events. Yeah.
Can we come to your event?
Man, I'm ready.
You know what I'm saying?
They're invite only, so
Can we
get
come
you guys
to
on the
an invite?
list?
Yes.
Do I need to talk to somebody over there sitting in the chair over there about to come to your events? I'm not going to be bad. Be observant. What's in the near future for you?
Well, we're in a lot of transitions. DCN has been able to grow into a global ecosystem all organically. Like, this is way farther than I could have imagined. I just remember launching this in my bedroom, seeing my friends sign up, and now there's people from all 50 states and 190 countries looking at this content, learning from this content, and we're connecting them.
That's what I love about what you do, Adelia, that you're connecting the real people involved with the passion of our community.
Yeah.
How can we contact you? Give us your website information.
Yeah, visit directcannabisnetwork.com. Instagram is @_DC network_.
That's right.
And you can always contact us here at NUGL or on our website, and we'll have a link to her website, and you can get more information. I want to ask you a couple more questions. E3, what you have for? I know you have a lot about things on your mind about the DC.
Oh, I mean, I heard about the seed event. I wanted to hear a little more on that, but
Yeah.
I don't like to overstep my boundaries as far as
you
over
wanna
talking.
take 'em.
You know how it is.
The seed events, I think that's like more of a networking thing.
I think
planting
I want to
seeds.
get into some. I probably want to get my hands on some seeds and do my own thing.
Do you know anybody got seeds here? What is the legal seed standpoint? I had a couple companies that was approached. I'm not going to give them a plug because they were still in the gray area that we come to find out about it. But what's the legal way of seed selling, and is it? Do you know anything about that?
No, so our seed series event that's the name. There's no
That's what I'm saying.
seed-
Yes,
yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah, but I
planting
don't
the
know.
seeds in your business. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know the legal aspect
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
I don't think you can bring it from state to state. I still think it's
Absolutely.
still illegal.
That's exactly, or from country to country.
Yeah, or from country.
Yeah, there was a company, I can't
I
say
mean,
their
now
name.
it's changing though. There's countries now getting ready for transportation in between from Canada to I don't know exactly.
Argentina or Amsterdam
yeah,
or stuff like
exactly.
that.
They're already working
But
over
not
there.
going across the United States.
No, not yet. No.
Through the mail system and
Yeah,
stuff
they're going
like that.
straight through Amsterdam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amsterdam
For
is the
sure.
place.
Yeah.
You've been to Amsterdam, haven't you?
Not yet.
You haven't?
I have people that I've done business with that dying to have me over
Where you
there.
went to Germany, Russia?
I only been Russia, Australia, and Japan.
Russia.
I ain't been to Canada yet.
You ain't been to
I
Canada?
haven't even been to Canada.
It's rough getting in.
Yeah.
I know.
I've got in.
It was rough.
And I was a
getting
rough
in
guy.
Australia.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna go there.
You have to go to Europe when Cannabis. That's where the seeds
I heard
are.
about that.
Yeah.
Cannabis.
That's the one you got to go to when you want to get
Seattle
seeds.
Proverbs was
Netherlands.
inviting me to Spain for that.
Netherlands, I'll see you soon.
Wow. Wow. Adelia, it was a pleasure having you in here.
you.
Let's give
Definitely.
Adelia from the DC Network a round of applause for coming in. We definitely, how can we get with you in the very near future with NUGL? Is there something in the making, or?
I think so. I think there's, a lot of alignment in a variety of different ways.
Yeah,
So we'll continue to further that conversation.
You know
and
what?
see
I have a
happens.
vision. This is my vision.
Okay.
The reason why I'm involved with NUGL, Rich and Ruthless, Doggy Style, Dog Pound. There's some brands that I know, like with Corrupts, Moon Rock has got it gold, with Dazzle DPG Buzz, with E3, Ether OG, and just the names and who we are can get together and throw our own conventions.
Yeah.
For educational purposes, vendor, spectator events and stuff like that.
And they can be unique. They don't
It
need
can
to be the
very
traditional
unique.
conference environment.
No.
Yeah.
From the entertainment side of it, I've been to a lot of those, and I learned a lot from those, and they stopped doing it because they was educating us independently. That's why I'm an executive today, because the game that they gave me back in the days, and they hate that.
Good looking out.
You hear me? So in my world, in this cannabis world, I was always saying that when you do go to these events, you need to bring a pencil and pad.
Yeah.
And then for the event holders, the event givers, the producers of the show, have pamphlets available for sale as they exit. Because I like to make these events free. Like they do the sessions, and they make them free.
Yeah.
They give you the free ticket, but you got 17,000, 20,000 tickets given away, so the vendors feel good. There's going to be a lot of people there.
Exactly.
But you have product as the event holders there for sale for the guys who need a book, how to grow, how you can start, how you get legal, consulting fees. We run all that.
Yep.
And we have our credit card machines at the end of the day. Cha-chinging! Let's give another round of applause for Adelia and Direct Cannabis Network. It was a pleasure having you on the show. We're going to wrap it up until we meet again. Thank you for coming. That's a wrap.